Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
The United States says it has carried out a series of strikes on Iranian military and surveillance sites in response to the downing of an American helicopter in the Gulf. US Central Command said air defense systems, ground control stations and radar sites were targeted near the Strait of Hormuz. There were 2 pilots involved, President Trump wrote. Both are safe and uninjured. Nevertheless, the United States must, of necessity, respond to this attack. The 2 crew members survived and were rescued by an unmanned American sea drone.
Unfortunately, this ceasefire is beginning to escalate, and this is not what the administration wants. Trump truly wants a deal, and I actually think the Iranians want a deal. But until we can stop shooting at each other, nobody's going to come to the negotiating table. I've been saying for quite some time that the president needs to think about his kind of long-term strategic goals, and those should be, first and foremost, to get the strait open.
Police in South Africa have launched a manhunt after 12 people were killed in a mass shooting at an informal settlement in Johannesburg. At least 10 suspects, heavily armed with rifles, entered the Jumpers informal settlement in the suburb of Cleveland late on Tuesday night and opened fire before fleeing in a white vehicle. The motive for the attack, in which 9 other people were injured, is still being investigated. Members of the Jumpers community said the shooting may be linked to a turf war between groups of illegal miners living in the area. Illegal mining has been on the increase in South Africa, which has one of the highest murder rates in the world.
The incident happened approximately 23:10. And of which we were on this crime scene, of course. You could classify these people to be insane, heartless, barbaric.
Hong Kong authorities have charged 2 companies and 7 people over the devastating fire at the Wang Fuk housing complex last November. They were handed 25 charges, including manslaughter, conspiracy to defraud, attempting to pervert the course of justice and tax evasion. The blaze, which killed 168 people, was the deadliest fire the city had seen in more than 70 years. Authorities said they had charged the project consultancy firm and main contractor, as well as individuals involved in the renovation, including the directors of both companies and the registered inspector at the consultancy. They have not named the companies and individuals charged. The man accused of killing 15 people in an attack on a Jewish festival at Sydney's Bondi Beach in December has been charged with 19 additional offences. Naveed Akram was already facing 59 charges after the shooting, including 15 counts of murder, 40 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of committing a terrorist act. The fresh charges are 10 counts of shoot at with intent to murder, 3 counts of causing wounding or grievous bodily harm with intent to murder, and 6 counts of discharging a firearm with intent to resist arrest. Akram has made a series of short court appearances but is yet to enter a plea to the charges.
It's not surprising. He was sort of aware of it on the last occasion, but a matter of this magnitude, it's not unusual for additional charges to be laid. So it's a process now that we've got to follow.
Scotland's First Minister John Swinney has described scenes as unacceptable after crowds of protesters gathered across Scotland in response to the Belfast attack. Hundreds of demonstrators are gathered at locations in Glasgow, Edinburgh and Ayr. Meanwhile, the Chief Constable of the Northern Irish Police Force described last night's scenes as an act of self-harm by the people involved, describing violence as an insult to the victim and all those involved, including the member of the public who courageously stepped in to help. Hadi Al-Odid has been remanded in custody for 4 weeks after he was charged with attempted murder, threats to kill an NHS radiographer and possession of a knife.
My message today is one of calm, and don't allow those people that don't care about people here to incite hatred, to incite fear. Don't allow those people who are faceless to orchestrate campaigns and on the streets. I think that is something that I would want to underline from today's press conference.
And NASA has named its crew for its next major moon mission, Artemis 3, though the astronauts will not walk on the moon or go anywhere near it. The mission was originally planned as the first crewed lunar landing since Apollo 17 in 1972, with 2 astronauts due to set down near the moon's south pole and spend a week on the surface. But in February, NASA changed the plan and said the mission would fly only in low Earth orbit, barely deeper in space than the International Space Station, and dock with prototype lunar landers.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.